All right, camera rolling and 3, 2, 1, action.
Yeah.
Everyone, welcome to another episode of My Bike. Here with Scott in his garage, and we're going to talk about his machine today and all things motorcycles. So, thanks Scott for making some time.
Yeah, for sure.
To do this, and I'd love to know, how'd you get into motorcycles? What's your story with that?
I just I don't know. I've always liked them, you know. I like cars and fast things and mechanically inclined, and just always wanted one but never could get it. My parents were pretty against it. I don't have like the cool biker uncle or dad or whatever. Like I'm the only guy who does this in my family. I rode my buddy's sport bike in 2008 and like just hooked me right after that. And then I think like a week later, I went and bought a Triumph Speed Triple for my first bike.
Nice.
Which was kind of gnarly.
Dude,
but
those things are crazy.
yeah, it was a ripper. But yeah, it kind of just snowballed from there. And I don't know, I had a bunch of sport bikes and stuff, and then I never really wanted Harleys because I always thought they were just like slow and clunky and crappy, which like they are.
Yeah.
I love them.
Touché.
I have a bunch of them, but they are not amazing.
Yeah.
Engineering wise or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was the first Harley you rode? Do you remember? First Harley
I
you
had I bought a Sportster. I had an '06 Sportster. My buddy bought a Sportster before that, and that kind of like started it, because I know me and all my buddies had to get sporties, and we're buying all the lowbrow parts for him and bolt-on stuff, and yeah, just ever since then, I don't know. I would own another sport bike, but it's just I'm not super interested in it anymore.
Yeah. Well, tell me about this bike. What bike is it? And
So
how'd you get it? Like, how'd you come across this?
yeah, so this bike's a '93 FXR Lowrider. Um, it came up for sale locally, which is kind of rare around here, at least for FXRs. That's not super common. I don't know. I always say like nobody really has an FXR on accident, I don't think, in my experience. Because if you want a Harley, there's easier, more accessible ways to get into one. So if you have one of these, you're like into it usually, or you inherited it or something. So yeah, this guy popped up for sale locally, and it's, I'm gonna nerd out real quick. It's a super rare color. They only made it for 1 year.
So this factory.
Yeah, it's factory paint. They call it Wineberry Sun Glow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't ever seen this color before in a factory anyways.
Yeah. So there's a guy named Nick Henzo who makes, he made like a book on FXRs. And he did a ton of research, and it's got all the paint codes for how many they built each year. And, yeah, it's one of whatever, 50 or 40 ever in that whole year. So it popped up for sale, and I just like had to jump on it. I left work in the middle of the day and borrowed the work pickup and went and got it. It was just, it was owned by some older dude. And he had it for a long time, and it was like a project with his son. He was redoing it. And then his son kind of didn't care about it anymore and got older. And so he had it kicking around, and he had another FXR also, and he just didn't ride this one. So yeah, I went.
Was it pretty much as it is when you got it?
So it was.
'Cause I noticed the frame and stuff.
Yeah, so he did the frame in that like hammer tone finish, and he did like the transmission case, the inner primary. He did it like it was all the way stripped down at one point, and he did a really good job on it. And it's got some motor work done. It's got like Edelbrock heads, and it's kind of like it's an 80-inch motor, but it's popped up a little bit.
Yeah.
Whatever. He did that stuff. But other than that, it was stock, and it had forward controls and everything. Yeah, and since it was a lowrider, it was like really like, I mean, the forks had like this much travel.
Oh yeah, it was low.
Super slammed, and like just kind of dad mode, you know.
Like 90s.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
the stock pullback bars in the forwards, and it had like some throw over saddlebags with all the studs and all that crap. So, yeah, I got it, and then pretty much immediately. Like, it was a running, riding bike, but I took it apart like immediately.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, got to. Those are the rules.
Yeah.
Um, I put on the mid controls. I had this pipe, this HPI pipe hanging around. I bought it a couple years ago, kind of not knowing what I was going to do with it. I just knew that I wanted one because they're cool. I had Johnny, my buddy Johnny, locally polished it up for me.
It looks good.
And then what else?
It's got such a sweet, like, it's almost like a bronze.
Yeah, it turned
color finish to it.
It looked chrome when I put it on this earlier this year. And then, yeah, just riding it this year, kind of like got gold a little bit, which is pretty sick, I think.
Yeah, looks great.
And then, what else? I made it a lot taller.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty tall guy, so I don't know. I don't want to scrape everything all the time. So, yeah, I think it's probably...
These like 14?
Yeah, 14 or 13 and a half, but then they got the little lift blocks in the back there that give it like 1.25 inches. The front's probably 4 or 5 overstock. I did the bars, I did the speedo bracket and everything. All your cool guy shit. It's got the louvered side covers, the cut rate fender struts, you know, blah blah blah. But
yeah,
I just wanted to take it, you know, because it was really nice when I got it. He did a really good job on it. I just wanted to kind of
put your own spin.
Yeah, make it more functional.
Yeah.
For me, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do any trips on it this year?
Yeah, I did. I rode to the West Coast FXR Jam. That's down in Gardnerville, Nevada.
Okay.
It's like 470 something miles. So yeah, I jammed that in one day and got there and rode around with all those guys. It's a super good time. It's my 3rd time going, and it's something I try to do every year now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Is there quite a bit of riders that come out for that?
Yeah, that one's pretty big. I think this last one we had, there was 110 bikes.
Oh, wow.
So people say it's like the biggest gathering of FXRs since the factory.
Really?
Yeah. They do an East Coast FXR Jam too. It gets pretty big, but it's 50 or 60 or something, I think. And then I rode this thing to Canada they had a first annual Northern FXR Jam. So yeah, me and a buddy of mine.
All the way to Canada.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he rode the ST and I rode this thing, and we met up with a buddy of mine from Twin Falls. And then we jammed straight up Idaho and rode the back roads and everything, and camped at, there's a campground in Nelson, BC, which is basically straight over the border. It's called Toad Rock, and it's a motorcycle specific campground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Really?
I think it's probably the 6th time I've been there.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just this big property in the woods with campsites, and it's totally like DIY. And
really,
yeah, it's run by this lady named Mary, and she's probably in her 70s.
Oh my God.
And she doesn't really come around too much anymore, but I remember the first time we came there, we didn't really know what to expect. And she comes out and she's like, oh, okay, follow me. And she hops on this Road King and just like, all right, let's go. And just like putts around, like bouncing. And she's pointing out spots. And we're like, this is amazing.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I would recommend that. Anybody who's into that.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Really cool. If you can get over the border, you should, it's worth it.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite like aspect or part on this bike that's like your favorite?
Probably the pipe.
The pipe. Yeah.
I think the pipe's cool. HPI makes really nice stuff, and it just sounds really good. It's super like raw and beefy with the hopped up motor.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, it's not really a part, but I like the stance of it. I like how tall it is.
Got a geek stance. Yeah.
It's cool. It looks like you could jump some curbs on it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I'm curious about, like, we talk a lot about motorcycle culture and whatnot on this vlog, and I'm just curious, what is motorcycle culture? What does it mean to you? What do you love about it?
It's kind of, for me, it's kind of the only thing that I like think about or I'm into. I've got so heavily into it, and it's, I don't know, it's like cliche, but it's the feeling of like going out and doing your own thing, you know, in the middle of nowhere with your boys on road trips. And you know, riding around town's okay. It's not super my thing. It's kind of scary. But I mean, yeah, probably road trips are, yeah, getting out there and like knowing, especially with the older bikes, you kind of, you got to have your tool roll, and if something goes wrong, like you, to an extent, you gotta know what to do about it.
Know how to fix it.
I don't know. I like that part of it. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels so cool. It's really fun.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you have a significant moment on a bike, memory on a bike that kind of stands out to you?
Yeah, I probably have a couple. So right after I got my first Sportster and my buddy Trevor got his first Sportster, we rode him down to the Salt Flats to watch Bonneville, the
Nice.
land speed races.
Yeah.
And it was 2000, probably 11 or something. And it was the first big trip, well, big, any of us had ever done. And so, yeah, we rolled down there and watched the races, and it usually rains, like almost every year it rains. And so we set up all of our tents and everything in on the salt, because we, wanted to sleep on the salt and their camp there, and rode into town to get some food. And it started raining while we were in town. So we are like, okay, well, we better get back. And we get back, and there's just like, I don't know, inches of water, and the tents, and it's windy as hell. And the tents are like flat in the like water, in the mud. And like people are scrambling. There's RVs like stuck up to like past the wheels in mud and shit. And I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it wasn't cold, because it's summer, so it's not that bad. You're standing there, it's still like 70 and you're soaking wet. So at that point, like, what are you gonna do? You could either freak out and be pissed, or you can just be like, I don't know, I guess we'll have a beer. And,
Yeah.
But so we ended up like taking our shoes and socks off and hiking our pants up and walking out to get our tents to try to save them. And I remember on the way back, there was a guy who he had fallen asleep in his tent, and then all this shit happened, and his bike fell over on him in the tent.
No way.
Yeah, and he had some big, like, I don't know what it was, Suzuki Cruiser or whatever, like with the huge back tire and just like a big bike. And he had one of those Spike like air cleaners, and it like stabbed him in his tent.
No way.
He was okay, but like, he's like scrambling out of the tent and all pissed, and we were still getting our shit out. And then so he starts to try to do the same thing, he wants to get his crap out, and he starts trying to push his bike. And because like the tires are so big and the fender clearance is so tight, like it's just packed, and the wheels aren't moving. He's just like pushing this like brick of thing, like,
Oh my God.
and there's all these people standing on the road just like watching it. And
Nobody's helping.
yeah, and Trevor and I were like, that is shitty. Like, this poor dude, this bike's huge. It probably weighs like 1,000 pounds with all the mud.
Yeah.
And so we go out there and we're helping him push it up. And then it turns out he's a local guy that we didn't know.
Oh.
So yeah, that was kind of,
That's cool.
yeah, it was goofy.
That sounds so chaotic.
Yeah.
We went to Bonneville Salt Flats too, and I think it was like 2020, and same thing, that it got rain came in and it killed everything.
Every year.
And it was, the water was like, this diesel.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It looked beautiful though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was just like glass, you
Yeah.
know, the reflection of
It's crazy out there. It's like a different planet. It's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 But that was a good time.
Yeah.
I burned the shit out of my leg on my exhaust pipe trying to go, because you just ride it straight out and like get off your bike and go pee. And yeah, I was wearing shorts, and there may have been some beers involved, and I burned the shit out of my leg. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a bad one. You want to hear about a bad one?
Yeah.
I mean, I won't get too heavy on it, but so I lost a friend of mine a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were riding to Twin Falls, no, Idaho Falls, and yeah, he was on a Sportster, and I was riding my friend's Ducati Supermoto, because none of my bikes ran. And yeah, around Craters of the Moon, a car pulled out in front of us, and the Ducati has amazing brakes and everything. And he'd only been riding for a couple years, so he just didn't have a lot of experience. But so I, stabbed the brakes and went around the back of the car, and he tagged the front fender, and
Was he ahead of you or behind you?
barely ahead of me. Yeah. And, you know, we weren't hauling ass. We were probably doing the speed limit, and it didn't matter, you know? So did what we could for him. And then he was okay when the helicopter took him, because we were kind of in the middle of nowhere. And then, yeah, didn't make it on the helicopter. So yeah, that sticks with me a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't ride for a long time after that. And I think about it all the time now. It's one of the big reasons I don't really ride around in town, just because it's just stressful.
Yeah.
People don't look, they just don't care.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
About
thank you.
that. And definitely can, you know, feel the weight. I still feel the, what year was that?
It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
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 How did you get back on a bike? Because I know, you know, like I've talked to other people who have witnessed accidents or been in an accident, and it's hard for them to get back on. They sell it and they're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, like how'd you kind of get back into
Get back on it? Yeah. It just took time, honestly. I don't know. I was thinking that, like, I could sell all this shit and, like, you know, buy the Porsche of my dreams or whatever. But then I just can't. I don't think I can get away from bikes yet. I'm just so into it that, you know, I was thinking, I mean, it sucks to say, but like, these things do happen occasionally, and I could die tomorrow getting hit by a car, or walking, or have a heart attack or whatever. So I'm not gonna, you know, you can't let things like that, to an extent, stop you from doing what you love to do, you know? So yeah, just kind of riding, but taking like safer routes to work and with less traffic, and just kind of remembering how fun like road trips are and what I really liked about it. And I don't know, just keeping it in my mind and being more cautious. I probably ride safer.
Yeah.
Not as wild.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Definitely. But yeah, it just took time, honestly.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Not to bring everything down.
No, it's good. And I think, you know, listeners, I mean, all of us have either know somebody or ourselves have experienced accidents or the loss of somebody, and it's healthy to like talk through that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and support each other and how we got back on the bikes, and, you know, that.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
For sure.
So I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah. But so far, way more good times than bad times.
Yeah.
On bikes.
Yeah.
So.
And more on its way.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. More on its way. Cool. Well, Scott, thanks for making time, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Get interviewed. Anything else you'd like to add or say or encourage anybody that's watching?
I mean, I would just say, if you have any interest in it at all, just do it. I mean, that probably also sounds cliche, but I don't know. And don't be afraid of getting a big bike for your first bike. I mean, it only goes as fast as you want it to go. So a lot of people I don't really support it depends on the kind of person, but I don't really support like the buy a Ninja 250 and then buy a Ninja 500 and then
Rebel 250.
No, I mean, I don't know. As long as you're physically big enough and strong enough to keep the bike from falling over at stoplights and everything, and it's only going to go as fast as you want it to.
Yeah.
And just practice, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the best thing that I've ever come across.
It's the best.
It's kind of the only thing I'm into, you know. I do car shit here and there, and I'll play some Call of Duty, but I kind of only care about bikes. It's like my wife makes fun of me because all my clothes are bike shit or like band stuff. But,
living the life.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Cool, dude. All right, man. Well, that's it, everyone, for this episode. And yeah, be sure to follow Scott on social media and keep up with his stuff he's doing and whatnot. And on to the next episode.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone.